Hi friends, it's Rosalie with Life Tips. Today's tip is about homeschool. You may already know this, but I have been homeschooling our kids for several years now, and it's been great. Whether I'll do it forever, I don't know, but we've really enjoyed it so far. And homeschool definitely has its own rewards and its own challenges. And one of the challenges that I've had, I finally found a solution for. And so I wanted to share in case it could be helpful to somebody else who has a similar challenge. So one of the great benefits of homeschool is the flexibility, right? You can choose your own pace, choose your own schedule, choose your own curriculum, whatever fits your needs and the needs of your child, right? And that's great. However, this makes it really easy for your kids to maybe cruise and get way ahead in some favorite subjects and maybe get behind in others, Also, if you're using different curriculums, they don't always line up. They don't always have the same number of lessons for things. And so enter my thinking on this. Some time ago, I just decided that I wanted to have kind of an ending point where I'd say, okay, let's see if we can finish all of the curriculum at once. Can we do that? And I sat down and I figured out where did we get really ahead in some of these things and where did we get behind in other ones. I mean, not that there really isn't a ahead or a behind. Just, maybe we had a lot more to complete in one subject than we did in another, So I sat down and created this. I decided I wanted to look at 6 months in advance. So I got a great big whiteboard. This is 3 feet by 4 feet, and made a calendar. So the lines I made with wet erase marker, and the months and the dates I did in dry erase. So I'm about to switch this up. I'm going to move these up. So this is dry erase, but see next to it the line is wet erase, which makes it nice so I can erase things. Okay. Then I ordered a bunch of these little magnetic Skittles. Now these are pretty strong magnets, so this can be up against the wall and these magnets don't fall off. Now I'll admit these are not cheap. Okay, I probably spent over $100 on magnets. You do not have to do it the same way I did it. Okay, I think a great big cork board, maybe covered in fabric and using thumbtacks, would be a much cheaper way to go. And they make really cute thumbtacks with little characters on them or different colors. So I did the colored magnet Skittles, but you do whatever you want. I let my kids decide what color would represent what subject. And look how fun that looks. In fact, in the sunshine, they kind of sparkle. And it looks really pretty. So since each of the programs that we've been using have a finite number of lessons, I just counted out that number of magnets. And then I'd space them out. And the great thing about this, I wanted something that was changeable and movable because maybe you have a difficult day. Like, let's say we had particularly busy Mondays. So I would make sure that I could space things out so that I didn't have the hardest subjects on Mondays. Maybe I'd try it on a different day when I knew I didn't have as much going on. Or maybe some lessons I saw that we could maybe double up, maybe we could double up on this day and could move things around. And then let's suppose we go along and everybody's sick, we take a few days off. No biggie, I can find other days where I can put those magnets. Okay, and then, so I was able to kind of look at it long term and see when we would end with all the subjects, because I just wanted an ending point. I wanted a celebration and a kind of a catch-up point for everything. So I have to tell you the other surprise side benefit of having something like this. With there being a finite number of lessons, my kids could see for themselves how much they had to do of what subject. And also another benefit that I just didn't see coming was how satisfying it would be for my kids to take the magnet off when we were finished with it and put it away. So it's actually been a great motivator for my kids. I mean, I planned it out for me just so I could see how to space the difficult subjects or how to play catch up or how to, maybe space out the two easy ones. I just needed this for planning and spacing, but it's been actually really motivating for my kids to say, oh, I need to get this one done, or hey, I'll do an extra one. Sometimes they'll pick a magnet from later and say, hey, I'm going to do this one. And I'll say, okay, and they pick from the end, the end of the calendar or the ending point, so they can move up the ending point. So they'll move their celebration party sooner, if they take off magnets from the end and do extra work, which actually has happened too. So there have been actually a surprising number of benefits to planning things out in a really flexible way and letting your kids visually see what they have to do and be able to physically, have some kind of way to represent that work that has been done. In fact, every time I move up the calendar to the next 3 months, there's a sad sigh from my husband because he loves seeing the empty days and all that work. And the kids do too. They're like, look how much we've done. Anyway, that has worked really well for us, and I wanted to share. Best of luck. I also want to mention that I know there are several software options out there that let you do your homeschool planning. I tried several of them actually, and the problem that I had was it wouldn't let me double up lessons and move the date forward like I wanted to. So I ended up just making my own. But yes, there are several great software options too.